Oh, go flying cows. So exciting. So exciting. What is happening? All right. What did we do? Okay, we already did that. Let's go ahead. How about this? How about I introduce you to Mr. Jarad Bowens? Well, I probably don't have to introduce you to him because he is everywhere. Originally started out in Frederick under Benefactor Events, which was his company as DJ Genius. Now works for the City of Frederick. Here he is, Jarad Bowens. Home of everything Frederick. I'm with Jarad Bowens, the business outreach for the City of Frederick.
Yep.
Fairly new role.
Yes.
You were not doing this when I met you.
No, no, I was not.
And you still dabble in your previous role as the founder of Benefactor Events, DJ Genius extraordinaire, entertainer, I would say, actually.
Right.
And you also have done Battle of the Bands for
Yes.
a couple of years here in Frederick as well to benefit Boys and Girls Club.
Absolutely.
So you're kind of you're part of our community and out there, but now you're big, I call it your big boy job.
Yes.
Where you have to sometimes wear a suit and a tie. Tell me about how that role is going for you and what you enjoy about it.
Very well. So yeah, I made the decision about a year ago to switch over to a 9 to 5. Just, as my kids are growing up, wanted to be home with them a little bit more on the weekends. And so, DJing didn't really afford me that opportunity.
No.
And so started looking out in the community for a job, and I found a great role with the city. As you know, I'd already been working with small businesses in the community and working on small business development. So this role was kind of a natural fit. As the business outreach coordinator, I work largely on our supplier diversity program. So we have a small business reserve program with the city, which encourages all of our city staff to look out into the community when they make a purchase over $10,000 and find 3 quotes from small businesses.
Okay.
One of which has to be a minority or women-owned business of those 3 quotes. And then they're allowed to choose one of those quotes from there. So that just really opens up a lot of great opportunities for small businesses to get involved in the city's procurement process. So, the other side of that coin is the Minority and Women-Owned Business Enterprise Program. I know that's a mouthful.
Yes.
We always say, it's the alphabet soup because there's so many acronyms. But that one is a goals-based program where some of our larger, mostly construction-based, but some of our other programs and projects that have subcontracting opportunities, we assign goals to those projects in terms of the minority and women-owned business usage that those prime contractors have to provide. And so they have to meet those goals. So if they're doing a big construction project, they have to use a certain amount of minority and women-owned subcontractors on the project.
Nice. By doing this, what have you learned? I mean, are there gaps where we need to, as a community, reach out to more women to look into these opportunities, or is there plenty out there and you guys have more than you can deal with?
No, yeah, there's definitely gaps. And so, it's taught me a lot. It's taught me a lot about the way that the city purchases things and what's available in our community. One of the things that we're constantly trying to do is reach out into the community and make sure that people know that the city is an opportunity. One of the ways we've been doing that is with our Frederick Buys campaign, which was a vendor registration drive that we kicked off last April. And so there's a sub-page on the website, and so you can go through that process and see what the city buys, right? What does Frederick buy? What services and products does the city procure? And we buy a lot of different things. We don't buy everything, but we do a lot of stuff that the city purchases to keep our staff, our programs, our properties, our all of our departments running. The city purchases a lot. So we want to encourage businesses to register as a vendor. If you reach out to me, I can help you do that.
I'm not sure I have anything you want to buy, but you never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
You never know.
I can have the whole city wearing Good Morning Frederick merch. I don't know.
You go, right? And so you never know. And it's better to be registered as a vendor in case an opportunity comes up. And so that's what we're really trying to do. The other thing is we're trying to have these vendors, especially if you are anywhere near any of the construction, trade craft, drywall, electrician, plumbing, architecture, any of those industries, and you are minority or women-owned, we are urging folks to get certified as such, right? So get certified as a woman or minority-owned company. And there are a number of ways you can do that. The most prominent is the Maryland Department of Transportation. They're the official certification agency
Okay.
for the state. And their process is long, complex.
Of course, let's fix that in government.
And
No,
and
I
we
get
are,
it though.
you know, there's a
Yeah.
lot of folks that are working on that, including
Yeah.
our comptroller. And so, you know, but it's also long and complex for a reason, because we
Sure.
want to verify that these companies are who they say they are, and they're owned and operated by who they say they are.
Yeah.
And so, but the benefit on the other side of that is access to programs like ours. You know, the state has programs, the federal government has programs, a lot of
Yeah.
major corporations have programs that have this money earmarked and designated for minority and women-owned companies, and they have goals they have to hit too. So
Yeah.
I'm always encouraging people to take
Yeah.
that step and get certified.
Yes,
So,
as they should, for sure.
absolutely.
In the last year, like, what's been the thing where you were like, okay, this is why I'm doing this job? I know you have to have one of those moments.
So it's, you know, it's the connections with the specific business owners. It's the relationships, you know, getting to reach out into the community and meet people who didn't know that they had an opportunity to do business with the city.
Yeah.
Getting them involved through these programs, and then getting the opportunity to have them awarded a check or a contract or a bid opportunity
Yeah.
for something that the city's doing. That's the satisfying part. That's
Yeah.
really, you know, what makes me the most fulfilled and gives me the greatest sense of purpose, is being able to utilize these programs to help reach business owners and get them involved in city procurement. And when we're able to do that, when it's successful, when you see the end result, that's the cool part.
And in the next year, 2 or 3, like, what do you hope to achieve and change as the course of Frederick changes?
Just, you know, expanding the reach of the program. You know, obviously we're constantly trying to review the program, make amendments and changes. We have a few of those coming up. I can't speak to them yet because they're
Top
not
secret.
quite approved through
Yeah,
our city
yeah.
council members. But, you know, we are working on obviously always taking a look at the program and making it function better. So we are working on a mentor protege program. So that's a very cool program where we're hoping to pair a smaller subcontractor with a larger prime contractor for a project, and having that prime contractor help the subcontractor grow their capacity, so that one day that subcontractor can function as a prime contractor
Yeah, that's
on
great.
a project. So
Yeah. Very,
yeah,
very
absolutely.
exciting.
So
What has been the biggest thing you've learned in 12 months about how government works and all of that?
that I don't know
Yeah.
as much as I thought I did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's fair enough, for sure.
Yeah, it was a big left turn, going from owning my own company for 20 years and having almost no chain of command, no hierarchy.
No one to answer to, right?
Yeah. And coming all the way into a government municipality setup, and you know, but what I've learned, I think the biggest thing I've learned is how much our city especially is invested in the small business community. I think that's been one of the big takeaways for me. One of the things that makes me most proud to work with the team that I get to work with at the City of Frederick, in terms of just how dedicated the city is to its local small business economy and how impactful these programs can be.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So if there was one piece of advice that you would give to small business owners of any kind here in Frederick, what would that be?
Wow, that's a big one. Just, you know, start with knowing the process, right? So reach out to all the resources that you have, and you have so many, especially in a place like Frederick, right?
Yeah.
So reach out to the people, our city's Office of Economic Development, if you're located in the city, the Frederick County's Office of Economic Development, if you're located outside city limits but in Frederick County, the Frederick County Chamber of Commerce, you know, organizations like yourself, Shannon Flannery here with Everything Frederick. I mean, there's just such a wealth. Downtown Frederick Partnership. They're just, I could go on, and I'm probably leaving out half of them, but there are just so many organizations that are fully dedicated to helping small businesses succeed. So you don't have to do it alone. I think that's my biggest piece of advice, right?
All right.
You don't have to do it by yourself.
Yeah. Battle of the Bands in 2025, is that going to be back?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I partnered with Boys and Girls Club to produce this event the last 2 years. Big success, but I decided this year to step away a little bit from the planning process, just because plate is so full with the
Sure.
kids and the job. So I have given the event over to Boys and Girls Club for them to run with. And they have a new development director in Lauren Laporte. And they are making phenomenal progress. They brought in Scott with the Let There Be Rock School.
Yeah.
And they are moving forward. And last I heard, full steam ahead. And we cannot wait to bring that out. So details forthcoming.
Yeah, well, you started it. You got it on a good roll.
Absolutely.
They only have to follow in your footsteps for sure. All right, Jarad Bowens, the business outreach for City of Frederick, and you can reach out to him too, or any of the other resources that are available to you. Go to the City of Frederick's website. It's frederickmd.gov, right?
City of Frederick. md.gov.
Gotcha.
Right?
City of Frederick, md.gov. And you can get all the resources available to you. All right. We thank you guys for watching. Okay. What phenomenal programs that are available to all of our